The NFL. Popular, but not open-minded. As of 2017, there are only 11 known gay football players in the NFL's history. This is likely because football fans, media, and players adhere to a strict hegemonic masculinity. Players' physical aggression on the field is tied to their sexuality. The more aggressive they are, the more heterosexual they are. Homophobia is included in this hegemonic masculinity. In the process, fans and players alienate those who identify as gay. We argue that gay players in the NFL feel the need to repress their sexuality because the respect of fans is dependent on players' sexuality before their athletic ability.
These people promote this toxicity by targeting and mocking players whose gender performances don't match up with their idealized masculinity. For instance, players' treatment of Odell Beckham Jr. exposes their attitudes. Beckham's performance goes against what NFL fans view as heterosexual. In many instances, have players remarked on his feminine mannerisms and hairstyle. Odell has never explicitly denied claims of his sexuality, but has made it abundantly clear that he now has a girlfriend.
All right, moving on to a segment called Did You Know? Starring Odell Beckham. Did you know that he's had a serious girlfriend since April?
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. Well, it turns out it's true, and there are photos of them on the beach together over the weekend in Cancun. Meet Polizeni Ferfelli.
Regardless of his preference, the debate about his gender performance still overshadows the fact that he recently became the highest paid wide receiver in football, the reflection of his true talent.
In the video, all you see is him with his shirt off, dancing.
And the romper dude.
Romper boy happened to be in the background. So that image, people are saying, oh, he's gay because he's dancing in front of that gay boy with the romper. That boy was over here, and Odell was over here. That boy moved over here because Odell's dancing. It's Odell Beckham.
According to Cashmore in Cleveland, an interviewed football fan agreed that sports are about exploiting weaknesses in one's opponents, but then followed by saying, being seen as gay, and therefore unmanly, would be too good an opportunity to miss. His quickness to use sexuality, rather than skill, as a weakness shows that fans' admiration of players hinges on the player's sexual orientation and their corresponding gender performances.
Media too supports this hegemonic masculinity. Weakness on the field is exempted in favor of players showing physical aggression. In 2010, player Aaron Rodgers received a concussion mid-game and was encouraged to leave the field by a teammate. According to Anderson and Keon, few online articles and newspapers discussed the event, and Sports Illustrated, which is heavily consumed by football fans, was not one of them. Instead, Sports Illustrated published a magazine that described Rodgers as a fearless Superman. This shows that media outlets don't want to publicize content that undermines this idealized masculinity, where a performance of aggression is linked with heterosexuality.
The other players see these treatments and interpret them as reasons to display as much aggression as possible. For instance, Ryan O'Callahan of the New England Patriots planned to commit suicide after years of hiding his sexuality from his teammates. O'Callahan struggled with coming out as he was surrounded by straight men who defined their gender through their aggression.
My whole plan was just to end my life after football. You know, I never planned on living, and when I was done with football, that was going to be it. I thought I couldn't ever be an out gay man. My last year in Kansas City, I was injured. I knew that was going to be the end of my career because I had so many injuries. I had always planned when my career's over, that's it, I'm over. And I kind of had a meltdown.
Only after his career finished did he open up to a psychologist and his teammates.
Clearly, multiple factors will hold this nature in place. Although the fans may put on a facade of inclusivity, players take the criticisms to heart, then assert their heterosexuality rather than their talent on the field. On top of that, Steinfeld also explains that physical aggression is rewarded with increased prestige in the sport. We see what happens when this criteria is taken to the extreme with players like Ryan O'Callahan, Odell Beckham Jr., and Aaron Rodgers. The NFL has exposed itself as not being skill-centric so much as sexuality-centric.